All right, we are live, brought to you by Sosa and Rex from Sosa's Twitter account.
What's
When you
good?
guys are all jumping in, make sure to give us a quick retweet and a follow if you aren't already covering us. This is episode 1, so maybe cut us a little bit of slack, but we'll have this as a fine-tuned product. We'll have this uploaded to YouTube later if you want to rewatch it. But Sosa and Rex Daily Bets, we'll come up with a funky title or a good name out there once we get there. But Sosa, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. Just and recovering from the weekend, and getting into this new week, trying to get to it. Make some money again. Obviously, why yesterday was rough for me, but we're right back to it. So, how about yourself? How's your Tuesday going?
Well, I'm real glad you picked the big head photo so the Sixers logo ain't in the background, so we can just ignore that for another day because we've already talked about that. But other than that, Tuesday's going solid. We got the Euro Cup kicking off in 3 hours for some big-time group play. So we got over 10 people watching us right now, so let's just get right into our best bets for the day. We'll start off with the quick hitter, Croatia versus Scotland. Both teams have 1 point. I mean, they got more than enough to play for because 4 points will most likely get you through. And the line's just shaded towards the under, which is always the grossest, or it's shaded towards the over 2.5 here. And that's where I'm just thinking, how the hell is Scotland going to score? They haven't done it yet. They're the only team there. North Macedonia's gotten it through. Turkey got it through. Scotland with Dykes up top. That left side is just their only strong part. And you giving me an over 2.5 at a juiced minus 125 and the over 2.5 at even. Weird.
Yeah, I have not too much in regards to this match. We've watched Croatia play. They've looked old. They rely on guys who just, are maybe over the hill. And it's just it's a stay away from me personally. Obviously, Croatia is the better team, and simply because of what you stated, Scotland can't even get one in the net. So,
my biggest thing with this one is yesterday the Croatian money line was sitting at like minus 115 or plus 115 to plus 120. You can get all the way up to plus 145 today. So I don't know what sharp money or who has some cojones that's jumping in on Scotland here. Because maybe they pull out the result, they pull out the draw, but a 20 to 30 cent line movement, we've seen that previously in some matches, and it's meant nothing. So I was high on Croatia pre-tournament. I definitely have a play on the Croatia money line at plus 140, just because at this point I'm going down with the ship. They're old, they look tired. Rebic isn't doing up top what they need him to do, but Scotland, after that gritty result, I think this is just a decent letdown spot after they came up for England going into Croatia, where they are maybe one of the most disappointing teams of the tournament so far. I think at plus 140, that's worth a play on there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and this is where I lean more towards your expertise because, like, soccer for me has been average. You have had better results.
Yeah, maybe not so much trying to back Croatia because I only backed them to win all of Euros, but that was at plus 40,000, so I had to put a little bit on that. But I haven't bet one of their matches yet, so this is the first one I'm getting into. And then let's get to the big one of the day where I think a lot of people are going to be coming away disappointed with England versus the Czech Republic because the under 2.5 is at minus 120 here. Both teams to score no is juiced as well. Ooh, Sosa, are you confident any bit in Czech Republic to give us a scare here at plus 665, or is England going to coast?
It's tough, man, because the coach is not unleashing he's not unleashing that attacking lineup. You know what I mean? Like who's he playing today? Have they released the 11 yet? Do we know who's starting?
He's released that Harry Maguire will be starting, Grealish will be starting, and then one other would be Saka starting, and Sancho is not still. Awesome. So I don't know what Sancho did to get himself in the doghouse.
And I don't know what Sterling's showing him to keep him on the pitch. Outside of that goal in the first match, he's been rather unimpressive in my opinion. Honestly, I think obviously they're playing at Wembley. I think playing at Wembley actually gives them a little more stress. You know what I mean? Like they're not it's you would think like, oh, they're playing at home, but they play tight. They don't come out there and play freely. they don't look like they don't look like they're having fun. They look like they're trying to get a result. They don't look like they're playing a fun game. But I say all that to say is today they have to come out with a couple of goals. I believe that, you put a more attacking lineup in, get some creativity out there, cool. Then, it should be more entertaining to see, maybe. But I don't think we get a scare from the Czech Republic, but I also don't think that England is going to be extremely impressive because they haven't been to any point yet. I think if they do win, it'll be 1-0, maybe 2-0. But again, they haven't shown me anything to say, oh man, they're going to go out here and score 5 times, 3-4 times. It's not. No, I haven't seen it.
It is, yeah. This team has been greatly disappointing, and I don't know what warrants them to be -185, -190 on the money line. Like, please don't be playing that straight up. I know some people do like the juice, but if you're playing a -180 or -190 straight up, you might be a little bit out there. Find something to parlay that with because I definitely think we're not going to get an early one here, so that price will begin to drop. The biggest question is, does Czech get on the does the Czech Republic get on the board, and is it from Schick, who has 3 goals so far this tournament? We literally, just as we got the Schick, we got Sports Life 1 hitting us up with Schick's been hot. Yeah. I mean, his faces looks a little beat up right now from taking that elbow to it, if you guys missed that. But at any time to score today at +350, I can't talk anybody off that one. But since I know that Grealish is going to be in the starting lineup at +350, the same price as the anytime goal scorer, I do like that bet if you want to throw a little bit on there, maybe a half unit on that one, just because in the last match, we know where England pounded that left or the right side of Scotland, and that's where Robertson was there. So to avoid that, now that Grealish is starting, he's probably coming in for Foden. That would probably be my best guess for there because I think Sterling does start to you. So Grealish at the top right wing, top right forward in that 4-3-3. I think he'll have chances because the left center back and the left back are 30 and 32. They play in Slavia Prague. Their right back is in West Ham, a place for West Ham. So that's where I think we'll see Grealish get there. So at +350, I really like that one.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Grealish as well. I mean, at this point, bro, it's like they have to open up. And VG's talking about, he just said England's been awful. They have been awful, but it won't last. It won't last forever.
Yeah, and if anyone who's watching in our stream right now, if you have a best bet, if any play you want to give out, we'll throw you up here on the screen to shout you out real quick, maybe talk about your play, dissect it a little bit. But you got any plays on soccer? Because I got the Croatia money line and I got Grealish to score.
I like the Croatia money line pick. I'm staying away from the England game. I mean, we've seen this a couple times already where teams are heavily favored, and it ended up in a draw. Or I'm staying away. I'm just going to watch the game and listen to all my homies from England say it's coming home 300 times. That's why I'll be tuning in. That's why I'll be tuning in. All my homies from England, it's coming home. I hope so. I sure hope so. We've been waiting. We're waiting.
Well, there's a lot riding on this match because if England does end up getting the second spot, they draw a team from the group of death. If they end up getting the top spot, they get a third place team. So a lot on the line for them. So that pressure, especially at home, is going to be big there. So now let's get into your wheelhouse. We'll hit with the NBA, and then we'll get into the MLB here. We will get some lottery talk here just for sorry to not be giving out a best bet there in that part. But the lotto's coming. We got to talk about it. So Clips versus Suns. Let's start off there. I'm just going to turn this one to you. Everyone knows where the spread and the total is sitting at.
Clips Suns. I love personally, I love what we saw out of the Suns the other night or the other day. It was great. Devin Booker has clearly ascended as a number one option, as a superstar. We have to address him as such. He's a superstar. He's not a good player. He's a great player. He's a legit NBA superstar. He, especially in that moment, understanding the moment is what separates a lot of guys. He knew his team needed him to step up. He knew he needed to do more for his team to win, and he did that. That was that was an amazing performance we saw on Sunday, and you have to give credit where it's due. 24 years old, I believe. He never quit on his team. He never asked for a trade. He never ran from smoke. He never, did any of that corny shit. And he had the lowest winning percentage of any player in the NBA starting last season. A lot of people don't know this, right?
Right.
But like I said, he never ran from smoke. And I enjoyed watching what I saw yesterday, or on Sunday. In this game, it's a toss-up for me, to be honest. The Suns looked really impressive at the end of the game. Fourth quarter, they executed at an extremely high level. But again, it was only a 6-point game. It's pretty easy to go back to the well. I personally, you can live play this and live play the Suns late in the game because you're going to get a better price probably on the money line, no question. Although the price isn't terrible. Right now it's at -200, so it's super juiced, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 5-point spread, and you saw the game. You saw a game of runs. If you're going to get a winner in this particular game, I would wait for a live play Phoenix. So my sister just got here. Hold on one second.
I mean, to your part of saying it's easy to go back to the well, the Suns are 9-2 ATS so far in the playoffs. They're just cashing out the insane rate. You've seen in all their games that the spread basically doesn't matter either because the two that they lost outright.
Right, they've won 8 straight, right? So 8 straight, I also believe 8 or 9. Because did they gentlemen sweep the?
They did. They did 4-1, 4-1 in each.
4-1. They swept Denver.
Oh yeah, they did.
Suns in 4. Suns in 4.
I can't believe that guy
Suns
got
in 4. Come on, man. So yeah. Like I said, I would just wait, get a live line on the Suns in the game. The number for the over is right on the money, is right where you would expect it to be at 223. Both teams shoot the three at a high clip. Both teams are efficient offensively. And I believe the score was it 120 to 114 last game?
Yes, they just covered the spread.
That was the final score. So I would look for a first half over. The first half over in this game is probably my best bet. Probably the best bet. It's going to come at probably 110. First half number. Let me get the exacts for you. But the play that I would like the best would be first half total.
Yeah, mine has 111.
111. I like that. Both teams are very efficient offensively. Both teams shoot a high clip at the 3, and both teams are looking to run. Also, the Suns play at a higher pace when Chris Paul's not playing, believe it or not, because he's a very great half-court point guard. He plays in a situation where he's big pick and roll. He controls all the noise and stuff. But as far as playing with campaign, they play at a faster pace. Hold on 1 second, bro. I got 1 second as well.
Yeah, that 111, I mean, I've seen the under getting majority of the money in this game, so definitely targeting the first half over could be the good way to get it. Over 110 at -105 on my book there. If you can get that, I like that as well.
My bad, bro. I just handling something. The first half over for me is to play. I didn't catch anything you just said. I was talking to my sister.
You're all good. I was just covering for you, saying that I like it I can get it at 111 at -105. I do like that one because the full game under seems to be the one that's getting more of this team or the trend in the last, from what I'm seeing from the betting market so far. So I like targeting the first half.
That's my logic as well. The game gets tight later in the second half. The first half, you get a much more free-flowing game, and you've seen that in all the Western Conference games. You get free-flowing first halves, and then it tightens up in the second. So that's, for me, is the best bet, the over 111. I have it at -106. So, I think that's a great number, and that, for me, would be the best play in the game. I also I like a couple props for sure. I like Reggie Jackson's points. I believe it's at 17. It's at 20. I like him to get a 20 ball. I do. I like the matchups. I like the matchup with Campaign.
He was creating with the assist too, because he hit the over 3.5 assists that you gave out the last game. Right. So that's just kind of where he's very involved in this offense right now, because even though man is stepping up, they kind of want Reggie to shoulder this load, because you kind of saw it with Maxey where man you can't rely on the rookie game by game yet.
And I would personally, the Reggie Jackson assist prop tonight would be the one for value. Like I would play him at over 4. I'd play him at over 6. I would even sprinkle a couple dollars on 8+. 4+ assists for Reggie Jackson is -154. 6+ assists for Reggie Jackson is at +260. He's handling the ball a lot. No Kawhi means more playmaking opportunities. It means 27 shots available. 27 shots available to the crowd. Somebody's got to pass to the guy scoring them, or someone's got to score them. One or the other. Someone's got to take them, and someone's got to pass it to the guy to shoot them. So, that's if I'm going to play a prop, Reggie Jackson over 3.5. It's juiced at 154. Play him at 6+. Play him at 8+. It's great plus money. 8+ assists tonight for Reggie Jackson is at +960. Okay, +960. Come back tomorrow and we'll celebrate together. I honestly believe you see it. He's got to create for other people, and also Terrence Mann's not a creator; he's a scorer. Mm-hmm. The jump shot, I'm very surprised that the progression on the jump shot has really gone to another level. He's gotten much better at shooting the ball from the perimeter. And yeah, like I said, I still like the Suns personally. I'm not going to bet against them in their house. I'm not going to bet against them at home. Just simply because it's just not smart. They don't lose at the crib in the playoffs. They haven't. So why would we put our money on the other team? Even though, like I said, it's not a foregone conclusion, but like I said, they're a better team, especially without Kawhi. Without Kawhi, like them losing Kawhi is a bigger loss than losing Chris Paul. I think we kind of seen that. We saw that on Sunday. It's like, okay, they still have a superstar guard and ancillary players that can hit threes, that can play defense. And again, Kawhi's not on the other side. So that we saw the perfect mix of those. Also, real quick, shout out to Boogie Cousins. I'm happy as shit to see him healthy. I just want to get that on camera because he's one of my favorite guys. I'm supremely saddened at how his career has gone. But I love Boogie. I'm happy to see him healthy. I'm happy to see him out there playing in basketball games that matter, and it's not the bubble. I'm personally, I'm happy for that. So
he had the poster the last game too on our old fellow Dario.
I'm just happy to see him out there. You couldn't ask for anything better, man. It's like I said, it's just great to see. But yeah, like I said, those are like my plays for this game. Player performance doubles are a thing. Obviously, you guys can look into that. 3-point shots are also a prop that everyone should look into. I'm not going to say exactly which ones because they're like this series. There's going to be a shit ton of threes shot. And one team is going to miss a bunch one night, and another's going to make a bunch one night. It's just how the flow of the series is going to go. So as long as you bet on that, you just bet on the 3-pointers, man. Look at the teams: Crowder, Jackson, Batum. Who am I forgetting? Everyone. PG.
Not Campaign.
Everyone. I'm saying, not him. But I mean,
yeah, that's why I said not him.
He also might have been a little juiced, starting his first playoff game. You know what I mean? Like he might have been in the little Mikal Bridges. Obviously, another. Yeah, I did forget Mikal. Mikal is obviously another guy who's just 3-and-D. He is 3-and-D. I mean, we know. We also know the Sixers drafted him and traded him for no fucking reason. So while I believe his mom fucking worked for the Sixers. She was.
Yeah, it was like the happiest 7 moments in like their whole life. Nova Boy going to that, and then for nothing in return.
What the fuck was Elton Brand doing?
I think everyone just knew they could scheme Ellen if they just phrased it a certain way, saying like that's why they got Morian real quick, being like, Ellen, you're just like trading 50 cents on the dollar right here. Like, what are you,
bruh? Don't do that. See, sports is life. This is how you get banned. Banned so shit like that. trade Ben for him. Jesus. No, it's a bad idea. It's a terrible. We talking Elton Brand. Yes, we're talking about the dude that went to Duke. He went to fucking Duke. Yes, that guy.
So you're just basically saying not that plus 170 is a bad number for the Clippers. It's just Suns haven't lost in the house yet. You just don't think the 170 calls you out enough, just not from thought wise, but price wise.
Just thought both. I can't confidently bet on the Clippers at Phoenix without Kawhi. I just can't do it. I do know this though. We were giving Ty Lue a hard time because of making adjustments in the first series when he made every adjustment correctly. It took him a little while to get Pat Bev off the floor and realize he couldn't play Zubac in the series. But once he figured it out, he figured it out. Same thing with the series against Utah. We were giving Ty Lue a hard time, but it takes coaches time to make the right adjustments. It doesn't just happen in one, oh my God, this isn't working. Let's just quit. He fucking stinks. Everyone. No, he made every adjustment since. I expected to make adjustments. I'd also expect for the other guys to step up around Devin Booker so he doesn't have to drop 40 tonight, because obviously they're going to try to either make him a scorer or make somebody else beat him. We don't know which strategy they're going to come out with. They're either going to try to make him a scorer and say, let's make sure no one else beats us. He doesn't get 11 assists, or they play tighter defense and let him go for whatever, So it's just going to be interesting to see. And then also people can miss, but just based on anticipatory thoughts, like that's what I look forward to seeing. That's what I would think to see.
I just also hate taking a +4, +5 in basketball. I don't know what it is. Those are the two numbers that I try to stay the furthest away from when I'm betting. No math or anything proven behind it. It just seems like a terrible number to be holding.
It's a setup. It's a setup.
Let's get lottery talk in real quick before we get into our MLB best bets of the day.
Big day for everyone. Big day for everyone with the everyone whose team was bad. The draft lotteries tonight.
It's the most stressful night. We've went through how many 4 to 5 years of this Tuesday is either makes or breaks your entire Tuesday or the entire offseason, what you did last year.
I'm cool with the Raptors. Somebody just said in the comments, I'm cool with if the Raptors win the lottery. I'm cool with them winning the lottery. But here's the problem, right? If you're going to draft a guy and he's going to be the star of the show, you got to figure out a way to keep him. Because the way the NBA works now with these young kids, they gotta love where they're at. We never seen that. DeMar DeRozan loved where he at, but they couldn't get the job done. Kawhi didn't love where he was at and left. They won, but he left. So if they do win I hope that Nick Nurse is smart enough to run it the way Popovich. I love Popovich does. Embrace the guy and make him the absolute center point of the organization and make it so that he doesn't leave. That's my only thing with the way the NBA is set up now. These teams that aren't in huge markets get screwed. They get screwed because sometimes they can't hang on to those players because they want to go somewhere else to a bigger market. They might want to go hang out with their homies. They might want to go play ball with their boys. So that's the only thing. But Toronto has, in my opinion, the best combination of GM and coach. I think they knew squarely that they weren't going to be good this year, and they tried to lose. For those who believe that tanking is not rewarded, then they won't get the first pick. Obviously, it's a lottery. But then there's a couple other. I think I was telling you this earlier. There's a couple teams where, he is the best. There are a couple. There are a couple teams who their fortunes can really change if they get a top 5 pick. If New Orleans gets a top 5 pick, they can add a player that can really push them to another level, in my opinion. Toronto. I guess that's easy to say, right? Anybody gets a top 5 pick. But that team in particular, because I don't think they're that far from competing. There's a lot of teams that are in the lottery that we know aren't going to compete for 3-4 seasons, 3, 4, 5, maybe longer, right? because they have no infrastructure,
Mhm.
like the Orlando Magic. If the Orlando Magic, if they get the first pick in the draft, they're still not going to be good next year. They're not going to be good the year after. They're not going to be good the next year. It's going to take them. If they're on like the 5-year plan right now, because you just seen it, they blew everything up. So it's certain teams. Oklahoma City, if they don't get a top 3 pick, they tanked for nothing. And that's the team I think if they're going to fix the lottery for anyone, it would be them. Cade Cunningham went to Oklahoma State. It'd be a great fit. It'd be a perfect fit. He'd never want to leave, right? Also, the other team I could see him fixing it for is Houston.
Yeah, they need it, especially after losing Harden, because you saw after the Pelicans lost AD what happened to them. But the Pelicans had much lower and worse odds than Houston. Those 3 squads holding it, with the Pistons and the Magic holding the best odds.
I think if I had to pure gamble, if gut feeling, I think it's Houston. I think Houston's going to have the first pick, and I think it'll be Houston or Oklahoma City, simply because. And this is obviously it's a lottery. We're just like it's like guessing on the. But if I had to bet, it'd be one of those two. Cade Cunningham's from Austin, Texas, or I think it's from Arlington, Texas, and he went to Oklahoma State for college. So like, if ever they were going to fix it for a team, it'd be either of those two. I honestly believe that.
Yeah, but you would be rewarding in this sense of the trading of the first picks, accumulating, but it's a good one to reward. My pure guess would be the Cavs. I still think they still have the NBA's number in the back pocket and just ruined another star. But 2 quick ones before we move on to MLB here. But I think Cade, if the Raptors get one and Cade and Siakam next to each other, I don't want to think that's a potential issue, but I just thought of that for the first time now. So that was like put my brain in a quick little puzzle there to think how could those two potentially work out and scheme together.
I think when I look at Cade Cunningham, his game is very, very reminiscent of one Luka Doncic. He's got probably better jump shot, probably has a better jump shot, but he's a 6'7" point guard. Can play in pick and roll and can get the ball to open guys. Great passer of the ball. And like I said, the jump shot is there. He's got a better jump shot than Luka. Not that he's Luka Doncic, but if you watch their games, they're very similar. They're built the same way. Cade's obviously more athletic. But the game is when you talk about translation of the game, that's what I see. That's who I would say he reminds me of. I think Cade is a type of player that fits everywhere. I don't think it matters. I think you just got to empower him, and you got to let him play. You know what I mean? He's like, you know what I mean? And like I said, it's just about empowering him. I think Siakam needs to shut the fuck up. If he ever had an issue with someone coming in, because I don't think Toronto gives a fuck at this point. I think like they see the situation. They overpaid him. He wasn't caffeinated. He wasn't ready. They overpaid him. They don't want that contract on the books anyway, right? If they could have gotten rid of it, they would have. Let's be honest, they would have. But that's not the case. So if he gets a point guard, he better learn how to shoot the 3 at a higher clip and shut the fuck up.
All right, so our favorite question then, before we get into MLB bets, does Kemba ever play a single game in Oklahoma City?
For the future of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I pray to God not. I pray to God that and NBA teams are just giving away money now with like buying out of these players and stuff. Bro, like, what the fuck is Kemba Walker going to offer to the development of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? He just played with 2 All-Stars under the age of 25 and did fucking nothing. What the fuck is he going to do with a 22-year-old guard? Like, no. Kemba needs to be sent to Detroit. Kemba needs to be sent to fucking
Orlando.
Shanghai. I don't fucking know. But Kemba is – and I don't usually feel bad for Celtics fans because I don't fuck with the Celtics at all. But I felt bad for them because this dude took every other day off, and then people on the internet were saying the coach wasn't good. Like, he literally took every other game off. Every other game. They had no bigs. And when he played, he didn't play well. But you hear everybody make excuses for every other thing. Bro, the 2 players they drafted in the top 5 are both all-stars. Kemba is trash. He just does he play? And to answer your question, no, absolutely not.
It was a long way to say no, but I got you the whole way. It was very clear.
Sam Presti just called every NBA team like, we'll give him 60% of the salary. Just get him the fuck out of here. They're gonna do to him what the Los Angeles Rams did to Jared Goff. Like, do you know how much you have to not like someone to trade them and give up draft picks to get rid of them? Like, bro, they just sprinkled Jared Goff in there like he was parsley. Like that was that trade. That's what the Kemba trade's gonna be, dog. It's like, take these picks and get him the fuck out of here. You know, like we don't want him here. It's like that.
That's funny.
That's what Boston was like. Al Horford, fuck, we'll take him back. Fuck it. Yeah, we'll take. You got anything else? Moses Brown, bet. You want a first round pick? Bet. Like a first round pick to get rid of the guy.
Yep.
That should tell you everything about how badly they wanted him out the building. That is exactly what they did to Jared Goff in LA. And that's exactly what they did. The same thing. So.
All right.
No game in Oklahoma. He might as well get bought out and go to Brooklyn.
Yep. Let's wrap it out with my strongest wheelhouse. There is the MLB playoffs.
Yes,
don't listen to Sosa. No, only listen to Sosa in this section if we're going to be completely frank and honest here. But I'll get down and dirty. We'll have some fun here. So I'll give off the one thing that I'm liking on the day. Then we'll let the one who knows what they're talking about get into this.
Oh, man.
So it's behind me. You can see this one really hurts. I'm liking the Mets today. Courtesy of Sosa, where I was asking him first half or first 5, because I'm picking up on Stroman, who's currently cooking right now. I think he is sub 2 ERA or 2.35 his last 3. And Atlanta sucks against the righties. They're -9 units. The Mets hit the righties well. They're +6 units on the season. Stroman's 4-0 in his lifetime against Atlanta with a 1.88 ERA and a whip of 1.3. First 5 at even money. You can take the plus 0.5 at -140 if you're worried about the push or if you're worried about losing on the money line, but the money line at even, that's where I'm going to be going today.
First 5, just like you said, Stroman's been cooking. It's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, it's not anything difficult in my opinion to pick. A couple other things, like from what I love today. I'm gonna go Astros, hottest team in baseball right now. They're getting out early against everyone. A good value bet in that is Houston first 5 run line at -0.5 a run. It's at -134, slightly juiced, I guess. But then also the team total over for the Houston Astros, they've hit their team total in the last 7 games. They've hit that prop 7 consecutive games. So, 7 consecutive games in that's insane. So I'm gonna ride with that again today. Let me see what the number is. It's over 5.5. They scored 5 in the first inning last night. They're hitting their stride. If you follow baseball the last 5 years, you know how talented this Houston team is. It's no surprise that they're good or that they're starting to click again. They're a year and a half removed or 2 years removed from the whole scandal. You know, they're good to go. So, I just that's what I love. First 5, I'm rolling with them heavy on the run line.
And Baltimore's overs have gone 5-1 in their past 6 as well. So they're on a current streak right now too of where they're allowing the runs because they're not the ones covering it.
They've been getting smacked the fuck up they got smacked the fuck up by the Blue Jays, and now they're gonna get smacked the fuck up by the Houston Astros.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the same deal. The second one I'm going with that I like a lot is the Nationals Phillies first 5 under. It's probably a really low number too. Let me pull it up and get the exact number for you. Scherzer and Wheeler are on the mound. The game over 6.5. We're talking about 2 pitchers that have dominated dominated the season. I mean, as far as like being consistent. Wheeler's been lights out. I like the under in the first 5 because it's low. It's a low number, but you don't be afraid. I expect a pitching duel, and also it's raining in Philly. The weather's bad. I expect it to be even more of a pitcher's duel. It's under 3.5 at -140. That is a good safe bet for your Tuesday. And the last 2 that I really love are the Mariners money line. You're going to get good value out of that. Mariners money line tonight is -162. I'd actually even take them at the run line at -1.5 for +120. Flexen's been very solid for Seattle all year, and the Rockies are putting Freeland out there, who's a 2-pack of ass. So I would stay away from that. And my final like best bet for baseball today would be the Los Angeles Dodgers team total over 3.5 runs against Blake Snell. That is my best bet of the day in baseball. We didn't perform well yesterday against Darvish. He's been lights out all year. I wasn't surprised by that. I wasn't surprised. Urias is clearly not right without the sticky stuff. I think we've seen that. So that would be my that's the Dodgers today. Team total over 3.5. They'll have 5 runs in the first 5.
Don't even think about it. Just lock it in. Check the score. You'll be good.
Blake Snell.
And he's going to be – I think he will be one of the guys that the sticky stuff really affects him, because you saw policing a lot more yesterday, where I know you had some strong feelings about them just giving them like a rub down the entire place.
It looked like we were at the airport. It was the airport right after 9/11. Like, it was like, what the fuck? They gonna make him take his shoes off next? Like, what? Dude was like unbuckling his belt. Like, bro, and it sucks because I'm cool with steroids. Like, I would be cool if people were allowed to use steroids. I mean, steroids can't give you better hand-eye coordination. That's dumb as fuck to even think. So, like, any idiot that it doesn't take. It's more hand-eye coordination than power to hit a fucking ball. Like, it's. Come on, don't let some idiots on TV tell you that no, steroids are not bad for baseball. They were actually great for baseball. No, people actually watch baseball when people were doing steroids. Mm-hmm. I'm serious. I gave a fuck about baseball when people were doing steroids. Now you want to police something that you've allowed for forever. How? How's that going to work?
You have to do it at the beginning of the season. You can't just throw it in mid-season when you're unhappy with the product. It's just like you're reacting to it late and you have no idea what your plan was and what you're doing.
It's just insane. Like, how do you just decide, oh, we're just going to pick it up like 50 games in? All right, bet, cool.
Yeah.
Urias, you could just see him last night, just frustrated. He was like sticking his hand in the dirt on the mound, just mad, just pissed. You know what I mean? The whole time. He just looked extremely unhappy. But it is what it is, man. Like, they're going to have to find some way to get around it. They're going to figure out a way to cheat, all right? He's got to do a little more, incognito. Be a little bit. You can't be obvious with it. And nothing was funnier though. Like, you knew it was serious when Garrett Cole got asked, because he was like the little kid who's like, well. He didn't know what the fuck to say. He was just like, yes, I cheat, but I'm not going to tell you that I do. I just don't know how to answer the question. I don't know how to tell you I cheat without telling you I cheat. Like,
just plead the fifth at that point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's Euro pit plays, that's NBA plays, and MLB plays with you as well. So you got 3 sports covered, some lottery talk there. I mean, this is the first one. I think that went pretty damn smooth without ever trying to go on live together before. It's just the flow and whatever in that Philly water just makes us click like that.
It's just, it's the first time. We're gonna obviously it takes time to get better at anything, but I like where it's going.
Yes, sir. We'll upload this to YouTube.
Get rid of that Phillies and Eagles flag, though.
Now, you want to see the Flyers and the Sixers more instead? Then that's your options.
Philly. I'm not even a Philly fan. I'm just a Sixer fan. I'm a Dodger fan. I'm a Sixer fan, but yeah, I'm not a Philly guy.
No, I got all 4 on there for you, so I can rotate it for which one to troll you with that episode.
Solid.
But yes, we'll throw this up on YouTube. We'll tweet out that YouTube link if you guys want to recatch it there. If you'd rather watch it there, we'll be live on YouTube hopefully tomorrow or the day after. Once YouTube decides that my phone number is my real number and I am who I say I am, we can be live there. But until then, we'll upload it. You know where to follow Sosa. You're already following him on Twitter. You know where to follow me. It's under my head. We'll be back. That's all it really says. Let's make some money tonight.
Appreciate y'all. Peace.